This is a 2015 on a 65 registration Lexus RC200T. So it's quite unusual for a Lexus in that it's not a hybrid. It's a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine, but it still puts out around 260 horsepower, which, to put that into perspective, is as much as a performance pack Golf GTI for less money in a much better looking package in our opinion, and you've got the Lexus reliability to go along with that. So it's just, for the money, it's an extremely nice car and quite unusual. You don't see many of them around, and especially not as a non-hybrid like this particular car. It's finished in Messa Red metallic with the black leather interior, which I'll show you as we go around the car. It's 2 owners from new, and it's got a full service history with 5 Lexus main dealer stamps, and it has got 1 independent stamp as well. And I believe we will send it to Lexus again, so it will come with a 6 Lexus stamps in the service book. So it's all up to date for the mileage, which is just over literally just ticked 40,000 miles. So quite low actually for the age of the car, coming up to being 6 years old now. And it's just a very stylish car. So starting around the front, it is an F Sport model as well, which means that this grille, for example, here has got this sort of Z shape going all the way through it, and the gaps get bigger the further down the grille you go. And you've got these traditional sort of Lexus style headlights with these separate daytime running lights. So these are LED headlights, and then you've got a daytime running light, and this also becomes the indicator as well when you're turning a corner. And it's just a very stylish front end, the signature big Lexus grille and the badge sat back in there as well. Coming round the driver's side, we've got 19-inch dual tone alloy wheels here, so they're sort of a gunmetal grey on the inserts with the diamond cut face on them. Just a very stylish wheel. Again, these are the F Sport wheels, so slightly more sort of intricate on that basis. And then on the front arch here, you can see the big F Sport badge. So the giveaway that it is an F Sport model. Being a Lexus, it comes with a lot of options as standard, especially for the price point. So things such as the power folding door mirrors, all of that sort of stuff is standard on a car like this. And it's just very well, you've got nice big sort of extended side skirt there, which is all part of this sort of rear wing design. It's very well, like I keep saying, it's a very good looking car in our opinion. And a very comfy place to be as well. We'll touch more on the inside as we get round the driver's side, but you can get a good glimpse at the quality of the interior here as well. Lots of leather, lots of contrast stitching even on the side of the seats here, and just leather dashboard. You know, being a Lexus is very good quality throughout the entire car. Coming round the back of the car now, it's a sort of coupe style, so 2-door or 3-door if you class the boot as a door, but a very sort of stylish design. You've obviously got a big sort of subwoofer in the back there, and it's not privacy glass, so it just makes it a bit lighter on the inside. And then coming around the back again, sort of Lexus, very sort of good stylish headlights they do with all these different shapes in them. It's quite a nice design car, and then you've got these sort of fins down here, and being the RC200T, you've got the actual exhaust pipes on either side. So the hybrid cars, you don't see the exhaust pipes because being a hybrid and trying to be clean, they hide the exhaust pipes, but this one's got the sort of more sporty look with a bit of a diffuser on the back as well. If I lift the boot up here, there's a reverse camera in the boot there, you'll see just there. And then you get a nice big, very sort of reasonable boot. It goes a very long way back as well, and it goes sort of all the way to the shape of the car, if that makes sense. Sometimes people cut the boots off with fake sort of walls and stuff. And then in the boot floor here, you've got under there is a spare wheel as well, which is quite unusual for a modern car to come with a spare wheel these days. It is just a space saver, but it will at least give you the confidence that you can get home if you do have a problem. So if I pop that back down. And then coming round the driver's side of the car, if I open the door, again, again, as I touched on before, being a Lexus, a lot of the sort of specification in here is standard, which you wouldn't get on most other cars at this price point, to be fair. So full electric adjustable seats with lumbar support, and on the door here you'll see you've also got memory settings for the driver there. So you can save it for multiple different drivers. The power folding mirrors, which I touched on earlier, all electrically adjustable, electric windows, etc. And then if I jump in the car now, You've got aluminium foot pedals, so just again a nice little touch down there. And then being an F Sport, you've got this sort of smooth leather on the top and bottoms of the steering wheel with the F Sport badge imprinted. And then you've got this perforated leather on either side here. It's keyless start, so if I have my foot on the brake and turn the car on, it will fire up. And the steering column's all electric, comes out, in and out, all electrically adjustable. You've got a cruise control stalk down here, so cruise control with lane departure warning as well, so that's what that button on the bottom of the steering wheel is. And then this button scrolls through your sort of center display here, which does move aside. That they actually took from inspiration from the Lexus LFA, so it's a big digital display that actually moves if you want the menu on the left hand side. But as you can see, just over 40,000 miles as we touched on before. Satellite navigation, as you would expect in most cars these days. And then if I put the car into reverse, that reverse camera becomes a full screen camera there with guidelines either side as well. You've got all of your sort of climate control here. A Lexus clock, which is sort of traditional of Lexus these days. Most of the models have that clock in it somewhere in the middle of the dashboard here. All automatic headlights and wipers as you'd expect. You can actually put the car into a manual mode because unlike a hybrid Lexus which has a CVT gearbox, this car actually has a proper gearbox, so there's shifter paddles to change the gears, and you can put it into a manual mode if you wanted to drive it a bit more spirited. You've got heated and ventilated seats. Again, just for the price point this car is under £20,000. It's got unbelievable sort of specification, but that is Lexus for you. Reliable and very well spec'd out. Even the side, just whilst I'm even looking at it, the sides of this center console are all very smooth leather, so you can't bang your knees or anything like that. It's just very well thought out. And then the rotary dial here for controlling the sat nav and your center screen. It's obviously got Bluetooth, audio streaming, all of that sort of stuff on there as well. And you've got sport mode here, so if I flick that across, you'll see the dials change very slightly, and it's got a Sport Plus as well. And then if I put that back into normal, it just goes back to a standard black display. And then if I turn the car off now, the steering column will go away to make it easier for me to get in and out of the car. And then if I jump out of the car, so as I keep saying, it's just a very stylish car. There's not many of them, which is a nice thing about it because it's not as common as like a Golf GTI, which I keep comparing it to. 2 owners from new, full service history, very well looked after, in very good condition, as hopefully you've picked up as we've gone round it. A lovely specification and priced very competitively at under £20,000. My name's Ben. I hope the video's helped, and thank you very much for watching.